Hey everybody, this is Casey Brown with C&B Music Productions. Another tutorial on Lumidesk Ultimate. That's the version that I run. Here I want to talk to you about, show you the difference in laying out your cues for your live screen and how you can lay them out and separate them, and it can make work a lot easier for you when you're actually mixing and you're in the middle of the show and you're trying to concentrate. You don't have to, it saves you a little bit of reading and concentration as far as, triggering stuff. There on my cue list, you can see I've got fast strobe, slow cues, fast cues, 8/12 slow cues, and something called introductions. So basically the way I've kind of separated that out by a combination of some cues that have programming for two different fixtures and some cues that have some programming for separate fixtures, like the 8/12 slow cues. Those are all going to be cues for the Martin 8/12s. So if I go and look at the live screen now, you can see how I've got them separated out, all on where it's all on one screen, and I'm using a 17R. So it's a 17 point something inches wide screen. So I got a nice wide screen here, so this helps. But I've got a lot of stuff on here. Probably if my screen was like a 15-inch, I'd probably have to do a little bit of scrolling to get these here, but also everything looks the same. It's kind of hard to read the text, and that can make you burn off a couple of seconds that maybe you really can't spare in the middle of your shows. But anyway, so as you can see here on the text, I want to point this out too. I've got them labeled Pro Y Sinus. That's for my Martin profiles, so that scene is just for the profiles. Here's another one, Pro Strobe, another Pro Strobe, random, Pro Y circles, some that I haven't labeled. Here's one that's a Martin 8/12 Y Sinus, 8/12 random, 8/12 curves. So I've kind of got them all over the place. And this is an older show that I programmed probably in 2008 or 2009. So I don't even think I use this setup anymore, but I've still got the show file. So anyway, so what I want to show you is Lumidesk has some features now where you can change the look of the buttons, and you can kind of color code them so you can separate them easier visually by fixture or by type of program, or something like that. So let me change shows. Okay, I found the right show. So this one I'm using 4 Relation Platinum 5Rs and 2 Mini Mac profiles. As you can see, I don't have very many cue lists, quite as many. I've only got a couple. And for this show that I'm doing tonight, I currently don't have any shows recorded for the Mini Mac profile. I'm just using the 5Rs tonight. So I'm going to switch over to the live panel, and now we've got some color. So Lumidesk, now one of their features is you can now color code your buttons. So if you just simply right click on the button you want to change and go down to color, you can change the color of the text, and it's got a color 1 and a color 2 for when it's pressed and active, and then you can change the color of the actual button. Change that to orange, and it gives you a preview so you can see what it looks like. Now there's 3 colors because there's a color where it's not pressed, there's a color when you hover over it, and then there's a color when you do press it, when it's activated. So we're going to save that. And now this button right here is got a little color to it. Now, what's the difference in red and blue? The difference is, and all these are for Platinum 5Rs, this whole queue right here. All these sequences are for Platinum 5Rs. The red signifies fast sequences, and the blue signifies slow sequences. So if I'm in the middle of a fast song, I can just sit here and click on a red button, just any one I want to, and very little thinking about it. If I want to go to a slow cue, just click on a slow cue, and I've got these set to release. You can set the buttons to stack, where you can overlap shows. Typically, I don't think you want to do that when you're using the same fixture types, but like in my previous show where I had Martin 812s and Martin Mini Mac profiles and they were in the same cues, then it would come into play where you would want to overlap those sequences within the same cue. So color coding can help make triggering your scenes easier, faster, and can help you clean up your live panel quite a bit, as opposed to having to do a bunch of scrolling. All right, I'll see you next time.